Hi everyone, welcome to Inside and Out Yoga and Meditation, where every day we help you reach your highest potential inside and out. I'm Emily and I'm going to be your yoga instructor. Today we have a practice that is perfect if you are a beginner or just getting back into yoga, or if you want to come back to the basics, which is always important to do. We're going to be looking at kindness today. So let's get going. All right, everyone, come to whatever comfortable seat serves you best. I'm going to sit cross-legged, but this is not the position you have to join me in. You can choose whatever seat you'd like. What I am going to ask, though, is that we all bring one hand to our low belly and one hand to our heart. This is considered our two heart centers. We're just going to sit here for a moment. If you'd like to, you can close your eyes or just gently soften the gaze, maybe look at the ground. And as always, just arrive in this moment on your mat, deepening the breath to find a little bit of that connection with yourself and with your practice. Just letting all other thoughts and tensions and feelings go. So as I said, today we're going to be working on kindness. Maybe not even working on, just working with even. Finding refuge in, actually. Finding a home in kindness. Kindness to ourselves, kindness to others, kindness we receive from others, which isn't always the case, right? We're not always receiving kindness from strangers, loved ones, the people around us, anyone. We're not always receiving kindness. But even in those moments, and it's really, really hard, but you can still find a refuge in the kindness that you have to offer to those people, even in times when they are not being kind to you. It's a difficult practice. So let's see if we can work on it a little bit through a physical yoga practice. One last nice deep breath, inhaling in through the nose and exhale it out through the mouth. Whenever you're ready, you can feel free to open your eyes and meet me in a standing position at the top of your mat, starting a little differently today, feeling your feet on the floor. Take a bend in your knees and cactus the arms to either side, and then round through the spine and roll forward with those bent knees. On an inhale, slowly roll back up, bring the arms on either side of you, bringing them to a cactus pose, and rounding again and bending through the knees, folding forward. This time, step the right foot back and the left foot back, immediately coming to kind of like a child's position, but letting the arms be on either side of your legs in seed pose. Forehead can still come to the earth, finding yourself in a little tiny ball. Really relaxing here, letting everything go. Looking into yourself, finding that kindness within that you have to give to others, finding grounding in that. When you're ready, tuck the toes and lift the hips, plant the palms, and come to up downward facing dog. Maybe bend through the knees and roll forward to a plank pose, lowering all the way down to the belly, untucking the toes. Inhaling, finding a baby cobra, and coming up and back to your downward facing dog. Look forward and take a nice slow walk to the top of your mat, keeping a nice bend in your knees for your forward fold, and slowly roll up to stand, cactusing those arms once more, rounding through the spine and rolling down forward. Inhaling, rolling back up, kind of like a cat-cow with this cactus and this round and fold, except we're standing and using a little bit more of our body. Step back once again, hips to meet the heels. Find yourself in that seed pose, just arms letting go on either side of you, right? We're finding grounding here, connecting so much of our body to itself as well as to the earth. Bring the arms forward as if you're in a child's pose, Move through a tabletop position, tuck the toes and lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Find that rounded spine as you roll forward to your plank pose. You can lower the knees first if you'd like, or lower as one all the way down. Inhale, lift the heart, baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, up, downward facing dog. Keep doing that. Inhale, right leg comes to sky. Exhale, step it forward between the palms for a low lunge. Spin that back heel down and rise. Warrior one pose, really drawing that right hip crease back, left hip point forward. So both hip points are facing the top of the mat, really grounding through that right big toe. Inhale, straighten through the right leg. You can keep the toes on the floor or lift them up and transition open to a warrior two pose. You might take a wider stance in the legs here. I know I need it. Straighten that right leg and tip forward for triangle pose. Right arm comes to the right shin gently as the left arm reaches up towards the sky. Maybe you look up at it. Rebend through that right knee. Inhale, up and back. Peaceful warrior. Cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot. Lower the knees. Lower the torso to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. You can take that as slow as you'd like. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step it forward between the palms, low lunge. Establish your hips. On an inhale, come up to your warrior one, arms to frame the ears. Finding a tall spine, no round or no arching in the spine. Inhale, cactus the arms. Maybe you look up. And on an exhale, land in your warrior two. Take as many adjustments as you need in the feet, in the legs. Beautiful bend in that left knee. Straighten through the left leg. Send the left hip crease back. Triangle pose. Right arm to the sky. Maybe you look up at it. Really drawing that right shoulder back. Inhale, bend through the left leg. Left arm comes up and back. Peaceful warrior. Cartwheel the hands down. Lower all the way to the belly. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, up and back. Downward facing dog. Right leg comes to sky on your next inhale. Step forward for that low lunge. Plant the feet. Lift the hands to frame the ears. Warrior one. You know what we're doing. Breathing here. Straightening through that right leg. Arch in the spine. Cactus in the arms. Maybe looking up. And on the exhale, bend through that front leg. Land in your warrior two. Nice open parallel arms. Open heart. Tip forward here. Straighten through the right leg. Triangle pose. Finding the twist by drawing the top shoulder back, really opening up the chest a little more. Bend through the front knee and rock it off that back leg. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Feel as though your back foot is pressing an invisible wall behind you. You can grab a block to place under your right arm and let it go. Bend both knees, step to the top of the mat and fold. Inhale, chair pose. Bend through the knees, send the hips back, weights in the heels. Hands can come to heart center here. Twist gently to the right. Maybe you hook your left elbow on your right knee and really press the palms together to deepen the twist. Let the twist go, coming back to a neutral chair. Coming to stand, switching the weight to your right leg and bringing your left knee in for a hug. Bring your left knee out to the side as you plug that left foot up into the right thigh. I'm just showing you front facing here for tree pose. Hands can come to heart center, or you can grow your branches and have your arms wide in kind of a V pose, framing your ears. Step that left foot back as many steps as you need. Kind of a shorter stance here than we see in like our warrior one. You might want to grab blocks to be on either side of your right foot, folding over that right leg. Both legs are straight, pyramid pose here. Drawing that right hip crease back, even adjusting and playing with the space between your feet, really rooting down through the outer edge of that back foot. You can have a micro bend in the front knee if you need here. When you're ready, you can take a full bend, land in your low lunge, lifting the right arm to sky, finding a low lunge twist. On an exhale, bringing that arm back down, finding a plank pose, lowering all the way to the belly. And on an exhale, bring your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes to sky. Step it forward between the palms for that low lunge. Spinning the back heel down. We rise, warrior one. Nice open, strong chest here. Straighten through that left knee. Cactus the arms. Arch the spine. And on the exhale, we let it go and land in our warrior two. Another proud pose with an open chest, a willing heart. Extend that left leg and tip forward. Triangle pose, right arm reaches to the sky, finding the twist here. Really rooting down through the front big toe. Bend through the front leg and use that power of the front leg to lift off the back foot. It's really a one-legged triangle pose here in our half moon pose, stacking the hips, stacking the shoulders. Again, chest is nice and open. Bend through the knees and gently step the feet together at the top of the mat and fold. On an inhale, rise, come to your chair pose, hands at heart center. We twist to the left this time, hooking the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Continuing to root down through the heels, making sure one knee isn't coming too far forward. Letting the twist go, coming back to our chair. Weight is in the left leg, right knee comes in for a hug as we stand tall, plugging that right foot into the upper left thigh. You can also take a modification here by putting the foot just below the knee on the calf or even at the ankle with the toes gently touching the floor. No matter what variation you take, you just want to avoid your knee here. Nice, tall spine, again, no matter where you are. Breathe, letting your tree go, stepping the right foot back, left leg comes forward. We tip forward to our pyramid pose. Both legs are straight. You can keep a nice straight spine here if you want to stay a little more lifted, or if you want to take a fold, tuck the chin, and fold over that leg. Really drawing the left hip crease back. Bend through the left knee, step the right foot back as you need, and come to a low lunge, lifting the left arm to sky, finding a twist. Just as in our triangle pose, we draw the shoulder back to open up the heart. Bring the hands back to the earth and come down to your seed pose once again. Hips to your heels, arms on either side. Taking a breath here. Now, if you're watching the screen, I come to my back, but I actually want you to come to your stomach. And you'll see I flip shortly. Right now, I realize my mistake. So meet me on your belly, tops of the feet on the earth, arms just laying on either side of you. Maybe your forehead's on the earth or one cheek or the other. Inhale, lift the arms off the earth. Let that bring the chest up, and then slowly lift your feet and shins, maybe even the tops of your thighs off the earth for Shalabhasana. On your next exhale, gently lower everything all the way down to the earth, letting it go, letting the earth hold you up, feeling your whole body connected to the earth right now. For our next pass through Shalabhasana, you might want to clasp your hands together and draw them down towards your heels and let that be what lifts your chest up. Lift the feet up. If the clasp is too much, stick with just winging the arms on either side of you. Take a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, let it go. This could be pretty hard on your low back, so take whatever variation feels the best for you. If you would like to go further, kick your heels up to your butt and grab hold of the ankles with the hands, and then kick your feet back. And now this is what brings your chest off the earth. Try to bring your thighs off the earth, but make sure your knees it's like there's a magnet between them, so they're pulling together. Or you could just take Shalabhasana with or without the clasp. Wherever you are on your next exhale, let it go, come to the earth. And now we will find our seed pose. Reconnecting with our breath if we've lost that connection. Reconnecting with the kindness that we deserve to show ourselves, right? It's easier to show kindness to others, but we can find refuge and kindness to ourselves. When you're ready, you can flip over onto your back. Let the legs go out long. Let the arms fall where they may. Let the feet just fall where they may. Release any tension in the brow. Maybe the tongue releases from the roof of the mouth. And we breathe. I'll stop talking for just a moment so you can have some time with yourself, but trust I'm still here and we will close our practice out together. Whenever you're ready, you can take some gentle movements, or you can feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you'd like. If time is not allowing you to stay, you can roll over onto one side and push yourself up to a seat of your choice. Maybe you keep your eyes closed to stay with yourself, stay with your breath. And maybe if we're feeling a little ungrounded today, we find refuge in just a simple, kind word to ourselves. Thank you for sharing your heart with me as I share mine with you. Namaste.